Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day. Welcome back to another game of X-Wing. Today we have a little bit of a different type of game. Uh, this is a game of a story-driven narrative that I'm realizing you also can't see one of the ships on the overlay, so I'm going to fix that while talking about it. Um, this is the Battle for Christophsis. It's a narrative that was written by a player by the name of Eric that we are participating in. This is week 2. Um, the whole it's got a whole story behind it. The Rebel Alliance and the Empire are fighting for control of Christophsis. Um, And if this obstacle doesn't fit anywhere, then we're not using it. Okay, we are using that obstacle. Cool. Um, so this week is a salvage mission. Last week we played Chance Engagement, which the Rebel Alliance um, won significantly. Um, and every week the writer Eric will make some changes to the scenario, and yeah. So this week, as you can see, um, we have a salvage mission, but instead of 6 scenarios like normal, there's 6 obstacles like normal. There's 8 obstacles, and aside from that, um, at the start of the week, the Empire had access to named pilots such as Inferno Squadron, Black Squadron, Sigma Squadron, uh, a variety of ships like that. Um, well, the Empire beat the rebellion so bad that reinforcements came in as soon as humanly possible. Benthic 2 tubes came with Saw's Renegades, and the Rebel Alliance got some much needed backup with Saw's Renegades, Corona Squadron, a couple pilots from Inferno, or not Inferno, I'm sorry, Phoenix Squadron, and the uh, the crew of the Ghost, with the exception of Kanan and Hera, showed up. Um, However, Buddy has decided to use the partisan uh, renegades, both the ship and the crew itself. And Valendrian is using the entirety of Inferno Squadron and Mauler, who, if I remember correctly, I'm gonna pull up Mauler, or not Mauler, the sheet. Excuse me. Mauler is a part of Black Squadron, so important member of Black Squadron that will not be in this week, or rather this narrative, um, I believe is Darth Vader. Vader might show up, but unlikely. So this is the last game this week. Um, since from last we checked, uh, winning winning doesn't matter 100%. Um, Winning is nice, but the big thing is to score points. Um, the Rebels have struggled this week to score points. In fact, we are 1-4 this week. Um, I lost. Uh, uh, Joel Springle lost. Levi, Grevinus all lost. Our only game was earlier today. Sour Frey beat Bender. But the most important thing is we're getting points. We're destroying Imperial ships. So as of right now, the Rebels are in the lead in terms of score, 170 to 167. So this will decide who has the advantage going into next week. It's like I said, a 3-point gap between the Rebellion and the Galactic Empire. So I did my best to make sure the colors are correct. You'll see that there's a black base for the Blue Squadron Scout, but it's white on the overlay. That's just so we can all see it on the overlay, because otherwise we can't. And, yeah. So, it's going to be an uphill battle for Buddy. Especially since literally every single one of Valendrian's ships, with the exception of Mauler and Faroff, have Snapshot. So you gotta hope that, yeah, I think I'm gonna reset the Nichols, or not Nichols, points. Um, Ignore me and Streamlabs at the top. So really, Noah, you're second. But also another major thing of note: this is not Agent Callus. Well, unless you lose, yeah. But this is not Agent Callus. This is uh, just an ISB agent brought in to hunt the rebels down. So, oh, another big rule that was put down for this week: the rebels must bring a U-wing, and the Empire must bring a Reaper. So, Buddy sort of took that literally, and decided for 3 U-wings and an E-wing, which we all know he loves his E-wings. Um, yeah, Buddy Buddy wanted a he was saying he wanted a lower initiative list. That way he doesn't have to worry about disciplined as much, which I don't blame him. That it's a solid strategy to not have to worry about disciplined. Jin would have gone crazy, but we don't have Jin yet. We only have any member that was a part of Saw's Renegades. So we have the Rebel Alliance has, if I remember correctly, or not even remember correctly, uh, we received access to Zebarelius, Sabine Wren, Chopper, Captain Rex, Hobby and Wedge in the A-Wing, Edrio 2 tubes, Benthic 2 tubes, Levin, Colby, Hef, Magva, Saw, and then Yendor, Thane, and Kendi. So I would like Jin Urso. We're not going to get Jin Urso. But, yeah, Eric let me in on a little bit of what we're planning to do, or what he's planning to do in the coming weeks. Um, and I'm excited. I'm not going to say anything because I told him I wouldn't. Plus, I also don't remember most of what he was saying, but I remember I was excited. So we should be getting started here shortly. We're just setting dials. I may have also, yeah. Well, the big thing I like that Eric told me is he really wanted to get um, pilots who don't normally get a chance to shine, a chance to shine, a chance to get on the table. So like, when's the last time you saw Del Mico on the board, or Iden, or uh, Sen? Mind you, I saw all of Inferno a couple months ago, but that's aside the point. Also, I think there's a rule for as we get started here. Um, a thing I could be wrong about, and someone correct me if I'm wrong. Um, before you oh gosh, what's it called? Um, before you check dice mods, uh, yeah, like after it says after the modify attack dice step, change all crits to hits. Technically, there's a split second, if I'm remembering correctly, where Sen can spend that crit and just cancel the rest of the results. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, standard loadout cards came out and swarms got nerfed. 100% agree. So, oh, I gotta remember that the blue squadron has angled deflectors. Oh, another rule that I'm remembering because I just woke up and I apologize. Um, the U-Wing and the Reaper can carry 2 crates instead of 1. We'll see if anyone touches crate. It could be a bit good old-fashioned slugfest, but we'll see what happens. And also the E-Wing has Callus's what's it called? Card, which that's another upgrade we never see. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's ads. I apologize about the ads. So it looks like Inferno is gonna fly very tight, and eventually they're gonna have to break off and not fly tight. And it looks like Mauler is just gonna do the whole flanking thing. Yeah. Thankfully, we're only allowed to use one E-Wing this week. Because I think if Buddy had his way, he would fly probably the Blue Squadron Scout and 3 E-Wings. I'm also going to need to update my OBS after this. But that's just me thinking out loud. Oh, don't remind me. Yeah. No, I love Rebels. Not enough to ever want E-Wings to be at 4 points. I actually believe that Gavin Darklighter should be 6 points because of how useful he is. But that's just, my opinion. Oops. I think if the E-Wing didn't have experimental scanners, so being able to lock from across the board, um, they wouldn't be as much of an issue. Um, that's, yeah, that's my belief. But, I don't know. I have a soft spot for the E-Wing because it's the first ship I ever bought. Like, even before I bought a starter set, I bought the E-Wing because I thought it looked cool. Right now, they've always been good. But round 2, Valendrian is first player, which is really what Buddy wants. Hi, Hushed. I'm sorry I didn't say anything. I got home from taking my mom to an appointment, and I passed out. Happy birthday, Hushed! If I had a shout out, I'd shout you out, but I don't have a shout out button thingy, so I'm sorry. You're old. No, totally fair, Noah. No, I have enough. You don't have to give me money. I have enough. I'm gonna get I went back and I checked. I am getting money. You guys are never required to give me money. No, it's fine, hushed. It's fine. Whew! Whew! Faroff just happened to fit in there. Yeah, I need to. I will zoom in and look at that. Look at that. Look at that. There's less than a pixel there. That's insane. That is someone that has practice with that is someone that has practice with with a Reaper. Holy crap. Yeah. I am shocked that he was able to fit that in there. I'm also shocked he's flying this or not tie swarm, this formation as well as he's flying it. That's like, just to zoom in again. Iden didn't bump. Like look at that. Had to fold the mirrors, had to squeeze in there, had to like sheesh. So good on you, Valendrian, for really getting it out there. But we got a squad leader target lock. So 2 crates apiece out there. And Mauler's going to line up that trick shot. So it looks like Benthic is not going to have a good day. So range 3, obstructed. This is Mauler into Benthic. Oh, full string. Benthic looking for, well, not that. So Benthic will take 2. And has to drop that crate that yeah. So now Inferno gets to shoot, and no shots from Inferno, at least. However, the Reaper should have a shot, has a shot on 2 ships, so, I mean, do you keep going into Benthic? Yep, going into Benthic. Only 1. And Benthic gets the evade. Barely, but gets the evade. That word. So now Benthic is going to shoot back. And going to shoot at Faroff. Who's going to get an auto evade. But that's who you got to shoot. You just lost a crate. Hot fire from these dice. Hit crit into Faroff, and Faroff gets 3 evades. So now it should be the blue squadron. Gonna shoot at Iden. Blue squadron has saw, so we'll probably end up just taking a damage to saw it up. But we'll see here in a second. It's going to be a 3v5. And hey, don't need to saw, don't need to do anything. And I'm expecting an Iden charge to be spent here. And sure enough, Iden spends her charge. So that's huge. That's very huge. And last is the Partisan Renegade. 2 hits. And that's Del Miko in the front. Del's fine. So 2-1 after 2 rounds. Both sides' red dice have been absolute fire. Both sides' green dice have been absolute garbage. With the exception of the Reaper just rolling like 3 natties, basically. And I guess Del. So yeah. But I was worried for this blue squadron scout. But yeah, true. Faroff only rolled 1 hit. So he's got to be careful with how fast he goes with Benthic here. Too fast, you get shot by the entirety of Inferno Squadron. Too slow, and Inferno just gets to line up their cannons. Oh, excuse me. I'm not gonna... I'm just checking. Okay, they didn't score points. Let me... They forgot to score points, so instead of just being like, hey, you forgot to score points, I'm just gonna do it for them. Alrighty. Dials have been set. Let's see what happens. I should also mention, for those that don't know, while it's not on the overlay, every single Rebel ship has Hopeful, and every single Imperial ship has Disciplined. And then there are two ships that have Squad Leader. Uh, the Rogue Squadron has Squad Leader, and that's it. Never mind. The Rogue Squadron has Squad Leader. Benthic, one straight. Or not Benthic, I'm sorry. The Renegade. And focus. He's gonna have to use, I think I think it's only one charge of collision detector to just ignore all obstacles. So he still gets an action, and he's gonna pick up a second crate. Again, special rule for this week: the U-wing and the Reaper can pick up blah 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 2 crates. Let's see. Did not remember to check for snapshot, so it is a May, so I'm not allowed to say anything. Um, Dell just saying, nah, I don't care about you, Benthic. Sen saying the same thing. I have a feeling I'm going to need to pull up the rules for knocking off more than one crate. Send it a barrel roll. Okay. Oh, friendly bump from Gideon. And Gideon takes a damage. Roll again if it's a crit, lose both. Thank you, Eric. Oh, and Iden's just running away. Oh, how could I forget about the Mynocks? As Mauler also takes a damage. Oh, man. Not a great turn for the Empire here. So the Mynocks, um, which we didn't get to see this round because collision detector. Um, if you overlap an obstacle, you roll an attack die as normal. Uh, same sort of thing. Hits, crits, result, whatever. Uh, as I make sure. On a blank result, though, you gain a strain, and on an eye, you gain a disarm. So, for the instance of like if the blue squadron landed in the middle and didn't use collision detector, the disarm uh, could have come in clutch. I wouldn't hate a Just a boost. Iden, the way Iden's looking, Iden is, oh wait, no. I was gonna say maybe try to coordinate, but, Iden at this point is just a 4-point TIE fighter. So, but Mauler gets to shoot first. I'm assuming it's going to be an auto blaster. It sure is. So, range 1, in bullseye, Mauler ability, it's 5e2. Any crits do not get canceled. And there's no crits there, so Benthic will at least be taking one here. And Benthic only takes one, so that's a big deal for Benthic. Now the rest of Inferno gets to shoot. Sen, probably going to fire a heavy laser into... yep, sure is. Heavy laser into the Blue Squadron. No bulls, or no crits there, so... and the Blue Squadron only takes one. So the Rebels are... What? Oh, Magva! Oh, Magva Yarrow came in. Moved the lock over to Sen there. So now Dell is going to get a shot. Range 2. Crisis at... Yes, Crisis at Christophsis. I put Battle because I don't know why. So 3 into the Renegade, who spends a focus and takes 2. And lastly is Gideon. One hit into one of these two ships. I don't know which one. Whoever it is... Okay, it's the Blue Squadron. So Blue Squadron out of shields. But I will probably change... if we're going with Crisis at Christophsis, I'll switch over to Crisis for the next game. If there is one. No. Gonna use Magva and move it over to Gideon. I don't hate that. Red Squadron has no shot. So now it's a 2v2 or 3v2 on one of these two U-Wings. Probably the Renegade, I would say. Two hits into one of these two U-Wings. And it was into Benthic, and Benthic takes 2. Down to 3. So... probably gonna... Yeah, I was gonna say, probably gonna shoot... Alright, so Gideon... range 2. Fire control? Oh, he's putting a damage on the blue squadron to saw that up. Okay. And there goes Gideon Hask. I say again, there goes Gideon Hask. So 2 crits into Gideon. Direct hit. I'm not going to be all like, no, you got to do it, blah, blah, whatever. Gideon is dead. So many discipline triggers are about to happen. If we remember. Which I think Valendrian is saying, hey, I got triggers. Or should be saying, hey, I got triggers. Dell tries to barrel roll, fails. Not the end of the world. No harm, no foul. Sen already did a barrel roll. So in that case, Sen can target lock. Yeah. Which Sen, I mean, I don't think Sen hates a target lock there. Would have liked the barrel roll just to, get back in, but Sen already barrel rolled, so she's not able to barrel roll again. And Mauler probably just takes a target lock as well. And Iden, I'm sure, checks for a lock. So. Yeah, Mauler gonna take one over on the Partisan Renegade. And Iden's not gonna take a lock. Okay. So now range 1 into Delmico. 2. And Del is fine. So now we go range 2 into Del from the Partisan Renegade. And only 1. Yeah, that's what Buddy was saying. He was saying in our little rebellion chat that if I take low initiatives, then discipline doesn't help them as much. Whoop. So 2 crates to 2 crates. So 6-4 for the rebellion. But yeah, I think that's how you have to beat these disciplined TIE fighters If you have low initiative, then it makes the target lock field not as useful. Whereas on the rebel side, um, hopeful helps at lower initiatives. So in terms of overall usefulness, disciplined is better because um, a lot of Imperial ships don't have access to target lock, like the Interceptor or the Tie Fighter or the Striker. Yeah, I was gonna say the Interceptor, the Striker, the Reaper, and the Tie Fighter all don't have target locks, so that's a way to get them a mod. Um, whereas Rebels, 99.9% of their ships have a focus on their action bar, but not all of them have boost. So it's one of those like if you're using it for repositioning, hopeful's probably better. But if you're using it for mods, disciplined is 100% better. Because I'm pretty sure every Imperial ship, or most every Imperial ship, has a barrel roll. Um, whereas on the Rebellion, the only ships that have a boost are the A Wing and the E Wing and the Falcon. Um, so, like, semantics. Hopeful allows the X-wings to keep their wings open and still boost. But yeah, I guess they do have a focus boost. So X-wings, E-wings, and A-wings all get a boost, and the Falcon. Um, whereas on the Empire, everyone has a barrel roll pretty much, but not everyone has a target lock. And on the Rebels, everyone has a focus, but not everyone has a boost. So I forgot about the Fang Fighter because I'm so used to them being in in Scum. Gonna spend his other charge and snapshot because technically the U-wing moves. Does he use sensibility? I think yep, he's gonna use sensibility to just put a damage on the blue squadron. Oh yeah, the Hawk does have a boost. Oh yes, isn't spending a dice mod? Yeah, spending's a dice mod, so never mind. So it was a hit crit. So it's the same result except you lose a crate, possibly two. Loose stabilizer, and nothing else happens. And after all that, I was going to say, don't forget the stress. So sitting there actually didn't help. Oh, squeezing in there. Okay. Uh, and this is why we take Perceptive Co-Pilot with Benthic. So now I think he's... Okay, he's going to keep it. And, Faroff just going to one straight and focus. I mean, yeah. Dell just getting in there. And Sen isn't going anywhere, which is not great for Buddy. And he might lose his U-wing here. And Iden's just flipping around, saying, I got a crate. You gotta come to me. Ha ha. I don't think Benthic is the target. I think I think the Blue Squadron is the target. Mind you, you're gonna have Mauler come in behind you. Gonna coordinate. They're they're both stressed. I think he's realizing that, so he fails the coordinate. And I honestly can see a barrel roll. Yeah, that's a whoopsie. And there's the barrel roll, so it's going to be a 5v2. Crits cannot be canceled. But mistakes happen. It's late. It's 10 p.m. over there. They're both Pacific players. It's 1 a.m. here, so thank y'all for sticking with me. Well, one is getting through guaranteed. Two are getting through. And I never closed betting. So I'm going to close the bets, even though there's only one bet. So hit crit into Benthic. Benthic is on one, and it's a fuel leak. No, it's not. Now the question is, does Sen try to get the kill, or does Sen's gonna shoot the heavy laser? So two into Blue Squadron, and Blue Squadron takes one. I personally would have gone for the kill. Now I don't think you can feedback. Yeah, you can't feedback now, so that's actually not a bad thing. So Dell now is going to get to shoot range 1. And just a reminder, the Rebellion was up 3 points going into this game, so killing a U-Wing here is going to tie things up, actually. Gonna use Magva, which may or may not matter. 2 hits, he needs 1 of 8 on 2 dice. And there it is, alive on 1. Because feedback will hurt Benthic. It's all ships at range 0, and you are range 0 of yourself. So feedbacking would be a terrible idea. But 3v2 spends the lock. Well, it should be 3v2. No, I have to say. As much as I don't want to say anything, I have to. Yeah, to show feedback. Before you engage, let me come over more. Before you engage, you may gain 1 ion and 1 disarm. If you do, each ship at range 0 suffers 1 damage. If it said each other ship, then this is Faroff into the Partisan Renegade who evades it. Yeah, feedback array is one of those. It's great when it works, and it sucks when it doesn't. Also known as it's a terrible card, and yeah. But here's the situation with that blue squadron. This is their last shot because they're gonna friendly bump. Yeah, that plus Dead Man's could be interesting. That I agree. Um, but yeah, the blue squadron is more than likely going to friendly bump. And then you have to roll for the friendly and the what's it called? The friendly and yeah. I the thing is, I don't think Benthic is going to get out of the way. I think Benthic is going to stop and rotate. I yeah, no, that's actually who I would shoot. Buddy's way to win right now is he has to kill ships. So he could shoot at Sen and it would still just be 3 because of intimidation. It'd be 3v3, but Ben the blue squadron has loose stabilizer, so has to go straight. Otherwise just blows up. That's why I'm saying this is the last shot for the blue squadron. Uh Dell takes 1, so Dell is on 1. No shot from Benthic, so you have to get the Dell kill here. Dell will get a reroll. Oh, hate to see it. So 1 to 2 in terms of crates. So the Empire is currently down 4 points on the week. Um, but the Empire is about to go up by 1. But another reason you don't want to move Benthic is if you move Benthic, you have to account for the obstacle, you have to account for snapshot, you have to account for all these things. So stopping and rotating is unfortunately the best move, but you're gonna have Iden come in behind you. She's doing a 3 straight, like calling it from here. Okay. So this is, as much as I thought it wasn't a good turn for the Empire last round, this turn coming up is not going to be good for the Rebellion. Mind you, Dell is hurt. Um, Dell is hurt. Mauler is hurt. Iden's ability has already been used, and Sen really has nowhere to go. But you're about to lose, if I had to guess, both Benthic and the Blue Squadron. What I'm wondering is why didn't he just pick up the crate with the Rogue Squadron, the E-Wing? Because it wasn't there. That's why. Duh. while I have you all here, go sign up for your Season 8 of Nickel City X-Wing. Sen gets a shot. This is... okay, Sen does nothing. But in the coming weeks, we have a 3-1-2 team league. Whoo! And Benthic survives. Whoops. Shit. Blank is a strain. Focus is a disarm. So Benthic is strained, and did I get my... No. I don't know what I'm doing. That... Yeah. That, I think he, forgot. So that is the U-Wing. If it, if it wasn't going to be the loose stabilizer, it was going to be the debris, so... So now the Empire is up by 1 point. And the Reaper is going to pick up a second crate. So... which, if the XWA Rules Committee is listening, I love this as a scenario choice. Medium and large base can carry 2 crates. But now the E-Wing moves. And if I'm the E-Wing, I'm just one straight focus. Don't need to do anything else. Dell tried the K-turn, and Dell's dead. So that's a pretty big swing there for Buddy. One less ship is gonna shoot Benthic. No, debris is the or rather that's the 2.0 rule. You could only take a damage on a crit, I'm pretty sure. But in XWA, AMG, whatever it's called, on a hit or a crit, you take damage. And Sen does a 1 hard and bumps. Oh no. Sen is fine though, but Sen is no tokens. He forgot Iden, so. Alright, so Mauler Mythal probably gonna fire Auto Blasters. Yeah, I think Benthic is gonna get away. Well, is he gonna spend? He sure is. And the Partisan Renegade takes 3. I, as a Rebel player for this, love that. As a commentator, hate that. But Benthic might get away this round, but Benthic is gonna hit the debris again. So it's range 1. Outmaneuver. Yeah, range 1 outmaneuver. Oh. Well, that's 2 into Mauler. Mauler takes 1. I didn't realize Mauler had a damage from earlier. Iden. Range 3 from Iden. So it's 2v2. And Benthic's going to get away. At least for this round. So now, I mean, you got to kill Mauler. 4v3. And you need 1 to go through. And you get 1 to go through. So there goes Mauler. But Valendrian is going to get 2 points. So we're all tied up at 13. Yeah. The only ship that can disciplined is Faroff, if he chooses to. Because it is a May, so I can't chime in and say, disciplined. He did remember it earlier, so... oh yeah, I forgot the Iden crate. Actually, he may have had Iden thinking about it, but... So... This, I think, could be our last round, not because of time, but because of points. Benthic needs to survive. Benthic needs to survive um, for Buddy to stay in this, and really, what Buddy needs to do to stay in it is knock a crate off of both Iden and the Reaper and not lose a ship. However, I don't know if he can do that. Step one is making sure Benthic doesn't die. And unfortunately, it's going to be hard because you're about to fly over debris. Um, should Benthic survive, step two is making sure that partisan doesn't die. I also don't know why the partisan is Did he bump? He may. Oh, I think he bumped Dell. So, Buddy is first. So we'll see what happens. Uh, two straight, and he's gonna focus up. Oh, he didn't hit it! Oh, he didn't hit it! I swore he was gonna hit it. Good flying all around from both of these players. Is he gonna pick up a crate? He already has a lock out there, and he's gonna get the other lock on Fair Off. Sen. Yeah, Sen bumps. Sen was stressed, so. And here comes Iden. And a focus is nice, and evade is also nice. Either one of those. But if you're Iden, if you take no damage from this shot, you you still what's it called? Blah 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 blah. You still don't spend on offense because Iden's charge is down. That's who I would shoot at. You shoot at Iden here. Kingdom for a focus. Same result. So one hit. And Iden is fine. So 100% you do not spend unless you can guarantee a kill on the Partisan Renegade. One hit into the Renegade. The Renegade should spend a focus. And does. So now Iden... what does she have? It's going to be 2v2, so she should not spend. Do not spend. I would not spend. Because you cannot, yeah, I was going to say you cannot confirm the kill. And hit crit. And Iden spends and is fine. So 3 more points. And 12 of Valendrian's 17 points have come on crates. So now all Valendrian needs to do is not lose a crate. If you kill a ship, you guarantee it. Otherwise, survive. But the Empire is in a very, very strong position to win. So after a catastrophic defeat in week 1, it looks like barely the Empire is going to squeak out this week. But who knows what can happen here? Iden could die, drop a crate. Same result. And Buddy gets the advantage here, I would say, because he gets to see where all the ships are going to be. Renegade's going to pick up. I mean, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And Benthic, can he pass a crate out that far? I think he's going to check. Or not a crate, a focus. Oh no, he knows he can't. That's range 3. Yeah, the Reaper doesn't care. The Reaper's just gonna sit there and Sen finally doesn't bump, but is still stressed. And Iden, I love that move for Iden. Iden is gonna get away and might get a shot on Benthic. Well, you have one chance to knock a crate off. If you knock a crate off, you stay in this game. Otherwise, well, okay, it is a 2v4. Oh, trick shot. 3v4. I think this is going to do it. If you, yeah, I was going to say, if you kill Benthic, then you cannot, oh my gosh, Benthic is going to live. Sen has no shot. So you have to shoot Iden, and you have to either kill her or knock off a crate. And it's a 3v2. You have no mods, but neither does Iden. A crate knockoff would be great. A kill would be even better. And he's not going to get it. So that is going to be the game, especially since Iden evades that. So your final score is going to be 20-14 for the Empire. and the Empire is going to take the week. They were down 3 points going into this game, and now they are up 3 points. So, thank you to both of these players for letting me stream the game. Uh, Dice stats were pretty bad, all things considered, but all around, Buddy's greens were the worst. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next week now that the rebellion has lost this week. So until then, I will see y'all next time after I pay out the bet, which was snipes. So, all right. I'll probably be back sometime next week, either streaming Top Gun, streaming games for fun, or streaming more uh, Battle slash Crisis 4 slash at Christophsis. So we'll see y'all next time.